This is how they transport their queen?
Where's Calida?
Salvete discipoli.
Zeus takes you, Tran. How do you keep appearing out of thin air?
Tricks of the trade, old man.
How many guards did you count?
At least a dozen. Perhaps a few more.
It looks like a frontal assault would be feasible.
I think so too. The rocks limit sight lines. If we strike quickly enough, we can prevent them from alerting each other.
Could you find out where she's held?
She's not held anywhere. She walks around freely, but I think I saw her at the front of the caravan.
Let's do this then, quick and silent. Try to avoid the Surwey and take out anyone who notices you.
Surwey? They sent Surwey with her to her prison.
Egyptian rulers are worshipped as deities. She is being taken to a prison for a goddess.
Well, let's go save a goddess then.
Praise be. Guards up ahead. Stay low. We could easily take a few of them out before they even know we're here. What do you say?
These people must be working for the Pharaoh. There's no point in asking nicely to give up Cleopatra.
All right, everyone, get in position and await my command.
What is this commotion?
To arms! No harm must befall Her Holiness, the traitor queen!
Pay for dragging me!
Oh, Anubis and Maha, I know what we must do. Scale.
I demand it!
Fight the enemy! Let us stop them together!
at the end of this, it seems.
Romans, here! Tell me, did you murder these people in the belief that they were protecting me? Or in the knowledge that they were my captors?
I am Tullus Romilius Nesca. We are here to rescue you.
And he introduces himself first. Courage and manners. An uncommon combination. From whom are you saving me?
As long as you give us the identity of the people who murdered Proconsul Lucullus, I will save you from Pluto himself for all I care.
Murdered? Lunia failed then.
Not exactly. Follow us. Everything will be revealed when we're safe.
Cleopatra Philopator, the goddess who loves her father and the rightful pharaoh of Egypt.
Lengthy introductions are unnecessary. At this point, I trust we are both acquainted with each other. Legate, you have saved me. I will not let such a deed go unrewarded. I bestow upon you this armor, called Queen's Warden. Wear it with pride.
Thank you, Your Majesty. This is a fine and worthy gift.
You will soon find that allegiance to me comes with many rewards. Shall we get down to business? I made you a promise, and a goddess never breaks her word. Ask your questions, Legate.
Do you really believe you're a goddess?
It doesn't matter what I believe, as long as the people need their goddess.
I wasn't asking about the people, I was asking about you. Can you make a miracle happen?
Perhaps one day I'll show you.
Goddess who loves her father?
It's a traditional title.
You are bound by the shackles of tradition?
When it suits me, yes.
How did you know the proconsul's life was in danger?
You are addressing a goddess. Tomes could be filled with the things that I know, and you don't.
Care to bless me with your divine knowledge?
Suffice to say, I have eyes and ears all throughout Egypt. Things may happen without my approval, but never without my knowledge.
Why were you imprisoned?
Imprisoned is such an ugly word. Let us say, confined.
Fair enough. Why were you confined?
Some people just can't perceive beauty. That's why he confined me. You share a lot with Ptolemy, Roman.
On the contrary, you'll find out I'm nothing like him.
Hopefully. That would have been such a waste.
Did you know the proconsul personally?
We had maintained a correspondence for quite some time now. Unfortunately, he never had the pleasure of enjoying my company in person. He was a good man. He did not deserve to die in such a ghastly fashion.
No one does, but few of us get what we deserve in life.
On the contrary, I think, in the end, we all get what we deserve.
Then I want to know the identities of those murderers.
Time to get to the point. No more foreplay.
If you please.
My husband, Ptolemy Theos Philopater, is collaborating with a Roman bureaucrat called Lurko. I believe you are familiar with him.
Collaborating? How?
The exact nature of their collaboration is unknown to me. My bet is on something financial in nature. Something big. Whatever this collaboration is about, it must be illegal by Roman law. I believe the proconsul got wind of it and attempted to enlist my help in hopes of acquiring evidence. Tragically, Vitellius Lorco's spies got a hold of the missive he sent. Needless to say, neither Lorco nor my husband was happy about this development.
That is why Lurko had him killed.
I knew it.
That is possible, but unlikely. After all, killing a Roman proconsul is equal to declaring war on Rome. Lurko profited from the current arrangement. There is no reason for him to start a war.
He hated the proconsul.
Be that as it may, I don't think he is stupid enough to start a war for petty, personal reasons. Lurko is a smart man with a plan. Ptolemy is a stupid man with wealth and power.
That complicates matters. You can't just march into Egypt and arrest the pharaoh.
I offer a simple proposal instead. I become the sole pharaoh and give my husband to you on a platter, with Vitellius Lorco as garnishing. All I need is your support. With your help, we can reconquer Egypt together and bring peace to my people.
Who am I to argue with a goddess? It's a deal.
The problem is, we don't have the manpower to accomplish this feat. We need twice as many soldiers, at least. Maybe more.
May I humbly present a possible solution?
You may.
You could simply recruit soldiers from Nazomenes itself. My people were fond of the proconsul, and although they are severely fractured into countless independent tribes, they may want to unite under one strong banner.
Foreign Legion. It's not unprecedented. That's a good idea.
Is it, though? We can collaborate with barbarians, but can we trust them?
We will have to talk to the elders first. Let us meet at the Court of Heaven as soon as it is convenient for you.
Get it out. I can see you have questions.
So, you think you're a goddess, right?
I do not.
Why do you call yourself a goddess then?
Because I am a goddess.
You just said you're not a goddess.
I've said no such thing. You asked me if I think I am a goddess, and I said I don't think I am a goddess. You are a fool if you think divinity is a matter of opinion. One does not think of divinity. One either is divine or not.
Are you divine?
Alexander the Great was my ancestor. I am a daughter of conquerors and pharaohs. The greater gods of Egypt speak through me. By my word, men live or die. I rule this world and what comes afterwards. Look into my eyes, Roman. In more than one meaning of the word, I am divine. The question is, are you?
I am the grandchild of the She-Wolf, a warrior of the line of great Romulus, the thunderbolt of Jupiter, and the smoldering spear of Mars.
Well met, smoldering spear of Mars.
I am a bit confused about your family relationships.
There's nothing confusing about my family.
Everyone's called Ptolemy.
Traditionally, boys are named Ptolemy and girls Cleopatra. It is our actions that define us, not our names.
Why would the people support you instead of your brother?
He goes against the people's will. My family is deeply entrenched in their traditions. They are in communion with gods, but not the people. My brother actually wants to replace the old gods. That is as foolish as trying to replace the people. I will give them what they want, and what they need.
Do you think we will win?
Of course we will win. Because it is my will.
Okay. I guess I don't have any further questions.
Be careful around these Berbers. You cannot trust the barbarians.
My scouts spot a group of heavily armed soldiers in the distance. They appeared to be Roman, but they were not wearing my colors. I approached the soldiers with weapons sheathed but ready, but it soon became clear they had no desire to fight. Their leader stepped forward.
Legio Wigtrix? Here? I thought the legions of Rome had been driven from these lands.
In a way, you are right. The proconsul is dead. I brought my legion here to avenge him.
Dead? We suspected as much. The consul would never have abandoned us as long as he lived. I am Rubrius Gordio. I am a Centurio. My men and I served Lucullus in Legio Prima Italica.
Why are you in this sorry state, Centurio?
We were stationed in a small outpost in Egypt to protect the trade routes and to maintain the consul's relationship with the locals. One day, the supplies from Africa Proconsularis stopped coming. We held out for as long as we could before we set off back towards Utica. We got lost.
If you can still fight, seek out my legion's camp and join their ranks.
We can fight, Legate. If war has come again, we will serve Rome as always. Find me in your legion's barracks upon your return to camp.
Are we fighting for the Queen of Egypt now? I don't understand.
It's just an alliance, right? We have a common enemy.
But why do we need her?
That kind of question is way above my pay grade. Go ask the legatus.
If you ask me, I think the legatus and his men killed Lucullus.
Shut up, you mulehead!
Think about it. What better excuse to finally invade Egypt and bring it under the control of Rome?
I'm reporting you to Nassau. I hope you like shoveling latrines.
How are you holding up?
Do you trust Cleopatra?
Of course not. And you'd be a fool if your intention is to place your trust in her. That woman is a predator. Without a doubt, she's using you. Do not fall for her tricks.
What should I do?
Try to get as much use out of her as she does of you.
Come, let us talk.
We seem to be getting ourselves into more trouble.
We have abducted the Queen of Egypt, who is also a goddess. She was imprisoned by her husband, the Pharaoh, who is incidentally also a god. I believe when people say that you are famous for punching above your weight, this is what they mean.
Now we have the rightful ruler of Egypt on our side.
When every man fights for himself, you must make alliances. That is how the arena works. Yet sometimes when you are allied, you forget only one man can win.
You think she will betray us?
Without batting an eye if she has to. An ally can always turn into a foe. Better to kill your allies before they get the chance.
Grim words, Bestia.
Hey, what do you need?
Cleopatra seems willing to back us.
I like her. She's charming and sophisticated. But suddenly she is very brash and mean.
Interesting analysis.
goddess.
How can I help you?
Now we have a goddess on our side.
Indeed we do. She's an impressive woman. Beautiful, and with a natural authority.
And more importantly, a useful ally.
Right, of course. It's my understanding that she is greatly beloved by the people. She'll be a powerful asset for our conquest.
Domine.
Now that Cleopatra is helping us, I think we have an advantage.
I don't think so. Not yet.
You think she'll betray us?
At this level of politics, loyalty is something no one can afford to possess or count on. To be honest, we're in a mess here. Loyalties will shift constantly and without mercy. A failure of anticipation is very likely to prove fatal. We must constantly pay attention to every single word and gesture.
We passed through a small trading post along the road. A collection of tents around a well where travelers and merchants meet to exchange goods and room. While pausing to let our horses rest, our companions and I drifted through the little camp to see if there was any interesting information to pick up. An interesting piece of information does reach my ears today. A group of Roman soldiers have deserted their posts and now hide in a village not far from here. From the description that I extract, they sound like soldiers from Legio Premia Italica, left behind when the proconsul was murdered. We shall seek them out and see what they have to say for themselves. The village in question is less than an hour's ride from the trade post. I found the enclave of Legionarii as soon as I arrived. The centurio worth of Romans stands out in such a small town as this. I ordered all the former Legionarii to assemble outside the village for inspection, and they grudgingly obeyed. Your commander was murdered, and you were left with no orders. Rejoin the Legion, and help us avenge the proconsul's death, and all will be forgiven. There is some mumbling among the ranks. Clearly some of these Legionarii had gotten used to the idea of living a peaceful life here, but most seem excited to avenge Lucullus and return to Rome. The latter faction wins in the end. The Lost Centuria forms up into a marching formation and heads out to join Legio Wetrix. Their experience will serve the Legion well, but I expected morale to take a hit when they learned that these men received no punishment at all for deserting their station.
Welcome to the Court of Heaven, the most important annual meeting of the elders and the reason for our presence. It is an honor to have you among us.
The honor is mine, but I'd like to know what I'm walking into first.
Of course. What do you want to know?
What is this place?
The Court of Heaven is the name of both the place and the event. Each year, the elders of the tribes gather here to solve their differences and make crucial decisions. It is also an opportunity for people to present their problems to the elders. It is this court's duty to dispense justice, providing the issue is important enough. Last but not least, the Court of Heaven attracts merchants from all over Nazamones and beyond. Where there are people, there will always be commerce.
Who are all of these people?
Merchants and mercenaries, the rich and the poor. Everyone has a reason to be here, just like you. Some people make things happen, others watch things as they happen. It is up to you to decide what you will be, a maker or a watcher.
Is there anything specific I should do?
I suggest you walk around and breathe in the air. Meet some people and talk to them. Trade if you want. Since you are here as my guest, you are free to go anywhere.
What can I expect during the meeting?
We might encounter some hostility. Make no mistake, the minor tribes will do whatever I tell them to do. It's the elders of the major tribes I am worried about. Not everyone likes the Romans. Some elders may see your presence as a direct attack on our autonomy.
That could be trouble. Any recommendations?
Do not speak unless spoken to. Try to be respectful and diplomatic. In a way, this is our Senate. All will be fine if we don't offend anyone.
Is there anyone I should be wary of?
Isil and Mador are the most respected elders among us. Convincing them both would be a significant diplomatic victory. Udad may get in our way, but you never know with him. And then there's young Womaksan, who's always hot-blooded.
What is the uncertainty with Udad?
As far as his influence goes, Udad is on par with Medor. Except he is more of a traditionalist. He prays to his ancestors 2 times a day, dawn and dusk, hoping they would answer his questions.
Do they?
How should I know? They are his ancestors.
Will this Wamaksa give me trouble?
A young man trying to impress his elders? Always a dangerous thing. He is renowned for his prowess in combat, but his diplomatic ability leaves much to be desired.
A man after my own heart.
We'll find a way to convince them.
I believe we shall.
Buy a sweet wine for one you love. Salutations and a nice evening to you, travelers. You look like people of refined taste. Am I wrong?
That is correct. The question is, can you cater to our refined tastes?
Naturally. You have come to the right place. Our wines rival those of Carthage, and some in fact surpass them. Feel free to browse, and tell me if you find something interesting.
Are your wines really better than those we have in Rome?
Well, I would not say better, but they're certainly different. It is not only a matter of different grapes, but also of the environment and the weather. Such things are a matter of taste, but I believe one must taste many things in life. One must explore oneself. Don't you agree?
Who can truly know oneself? You're right.
The answer is no one. But we can try. There are, after all, so many different wines to drink in life.
Do you only sell wine or ingredients too?
I don't have a lot of interesting grapes for you. This year's vintage was rather fragile. Fortunately, that usually means we have some of the best vinegar. And could I perhaps direct your attention to our excellent local honey, in case you want to produce some of your Roman balsam?
Sure, I would like to buy some honey for Molso.
Our honey is unique. The hive is built inside a tree that is hollowed out. You have never tasted anything like it.
Excellent, that's exactly what I need.
I knew you'd be satisfied.
Your vinegar looks interesting.
You have a sharp eye for quality products. Very well. This great vinegar can be yours for a reasonable price.
That is a reasonable price indeed.
Great! You will not be disappointed.
Some wine would certainly improve morale.
It always does. Am I wrong to assume you need more than just one flask? Your order shall be delivered as soon as possible. I have tools and parts of weapons. I take iron, I sell iron. I sell you things others want to get rid of. If you want unwanted things, you're at the right tent.
Just iron? Not everything here looks like it's made of iron.
What are you? A scholar of metal? I know metal better than anyone else. If I say it's iron, then it is iron. End of discussion. Look at what I have to offer and tell me what attracts your curiosity.
This seems like an undignified line of work.
Dignity is what you make of it. From the earliest time I can remember, I was fascinated by metal. As a grown man, I am still obsessed with it. I gather metal and sell it to those who value it. I am as undignified as my customers, and I am proud of it.
Now that I look closer, everything here is indeed made of metal.
Did you think I was trying to deceive you? What I sell here is true metal and true metal only.
You have a lot of items here. What do you think would be interesting for me?
Have you seen these weighted blades? They are of high quality. And maybe you need some tools intended for javelins. Great craftsmanship there. But since you're Roman, you might be interested in this old helmet. It's a bit dented, but I'm sure you'll like it.
Weighted blades. How much do you want for them?
A fair price for a quality product. A good decision. Anything else?
Some javelin tools will be of use.
Look at them and decide. A good decision. Anything else?
Mind if I take a look at that helmet?
A desperate treasure hunter sold it to me near Utica. It's ugly and battered indeed. I took it off his hands out of pity.
Domine, look at these inscriptions. P.C.S. Huh? Publius Cornelius Scipio. By the limping leg of Hephaestus, this is the helmet of the famous General Scipio Africanus. An item of infinite value.
It's a fancy hat, Cineros. Let's not raise our voices too much.
General who defeated Hannibal? How would such a helmet end up here?
That is impossible to say, but there is no doubt in my mind. The design of this helmet is from the right time period. Perhaps he gave it away in an exchange of gifts after the Battle of Zama. Scipio Africanus was without a doubt among the greatest strategists of all time. This helmet is a priceless artifact.
This is an item of immense value. I will pay you 1,000 denarii for it.
That is a fair price indeed. I salute your honesty.
Oh, I didn't know that. I guess there are people whose knowledge of metal exceeds mine. Thank you, Roman. You could have easily deceived me, but you did not. You will always be welcome in my tent. Everything I sell was unwanted by someone, but always wanted by someone else.
This is by far the largest council gathering I have ever attended.
Half price on carpets and blankets. Don't make me carry these all the way home. The famous Roman everyone's been talking about. It is not too late in the day to buy the supplies you need. Approach and look. My store, though humble by your standards, is at your service.
I didn't know I was famous.
Word of your deeds travels fast, especially amongst merchants. We all know of the Roman commander and the riches you possess. Tell me, what do you desire?
Oh, that's such an open-ended question.
I mean within the boundaries of what I can provide you with at this stall, of course. I can't grant you immortality yet. And I know what you're thinking, but trust me, you don't want to go there. My husband is a jealous man.
Trying to run a store in the middle of all this chaos all by yourself. Aren't you afraid of getting robbed or cheated?
On the contrary, it helps my business. Everyone underestimates me and pays the price. Literally, in most cases. I'm not afraid of anyone. They are afraid of me.
Are you affiliated with any particular tribe?
Of course. There is no way not to be. I do not hail from any tribe you would ever have heard of, however. My tribe is quite small, but we have good relations to both Lunia's tribe and Udad's.
Let me see what you have in stock.
Will that be all?
I may return later.
There is no way we can compensate for that. Ask him if he would accept 20 jugs of Carthaginian wine instead. Settle for no more than 30.
Romans, the spirits must have led you here to my little corner. How fortuitous. I need a little bit of your time and your guidance. Would you be willing to extend your helping hand?
You need my guidance, but I'm a foreigner in these lands.
That is precisely why I need you. The guidance I seek is for lands beyond this one. You are a warrior, are you not? If death is what you deal, it must stand to reason that you'd know death and the lands of the dead. My name is Axil. I am what you might call a philosopher in your language. Though to my own people, I am a shaman. My life's work is to study and explore the many lands beyond death, and how they vary from culture to culture.
Who would be interested in reading about what other cultures experience after death? Surely everyone wants to know what awaits themselves.
Well, that is one of the questions I am trying to explore. Is it truly based on what we believe, or where we are born, or to whom? I myself am inherently fascinated by the idea of these different afterlives. But when I finish this book, I hope it will serve as a kind of travel guide.
I suppose none of us can ever be completely certain where death may take us.
You understand me then. On the matter of transitioning from one life to the next, there can never truly be certainty. Besides, as scholars, we must seek the truth for no other reason than to enlighten ourselves.
Not exactly sure why you need my help specifically.
I have collected much knowledge of our own afterlife, but I have never had the opportunity to learn what awaits Romans after death.
I do deal death. That doesn't necessarily mean I know the lands of death.
True. One must die to experience the lands of the dead, but I'm sure you have heard stories. It is my theory that one's afterlife depends on the gods one believes in. I simply want to know about what kind of afterlife Roman gods provide.
I can tell you some stories.
I'll need more than that. I'll need detailed descriptions.
Let us say I decide to help you. How do you even know I'll tell you the truth?
You have the look of a trustworthy individual. And I know Romans are proud of their virtues. Is it not so? I may later enlist the help of another Roman who would prove you wrong and reveal that you have deceived me. In that case, I would at least know what part of the afterlife Romans like to lie about.
Very well. Tell me what I have to do.
First, walk me through the typical journey of the deceased according to your culture. Imagine you are dead. What happens then?
Your soul is separated from your body and travels to Dis, our underworld.
On its own? Interesting. We have to find our own way to the Duat. But they say the path is different for each person.
You have to pay Karan so he can ferry you across the river Akron.
A river? Now that sounds pleasant. But do you carry your own money to the underworld?
You do not. For this reason, it is good to bury the dead with a coin in their mouth.
Of course. We also believe it is best to bury the dead with their belongings. That way they can live a good life in Siket Aru.
You can get past Cerberus. The judges will determine your fate.
Assessors. We have 42 of them. It is best to know their names and the sins they have not committed. Once you pass their judgment, Anubis weighs your heart against a feather of Mart. A pure heart isn't heavy.
The virtuous end up in Elysium, while the worthless and wicked suffer in Tartarus.
This Elysium sounds like Siket Aru. Osiris permits only the pure spirits to the field of reeds.
It is the same place.
I highly doubt that. That would certainly make my task easier, though.
I can't really know the rest for sure without traveling to Dis myself.
You are right, of course. But I have an idea. Look. This weed is called Cat's Eye. They say it will bring you to the land of the dead temporarily. It would be great if you'd try it and tell me what you saw there.
Why don't you do it yourself?
Naturally, I was the first to try it myself. But I'm certain you will visit a different underworld than I.
What if I can't come back?
You should not worry. I have tried it myself multiple times, and as you see, I always came back.
You're asking me to risk death. It is only fair that I get something in return. If I should find myself stuck in the lands beyond life, I should hate to be caught without enough coin to pay Charon.
You are right. I happen to have some Roman denarii on me. Please, take these with you.
Salwe.
What are you?
I am a cat.
What kind of cat are you?
I am a giant cat. Again, something you can deduce based on observation alone.
Who are you?
I am you.
I'm a cat.
You were, exactly one lifetime ago. But you are not a very good cat. Cats have to live through 9 lives. We die and then we are reborn. But a wicked cat is reborn as a lowly human. I am you in a past life.
Am I dead?
Do you remember dying?
I don't.
Most people remember such important events in their life. It is not you who is dead.
What am I supposed to do here?
A very good question. Do you even remember your purpose?
Duty.
Doesn't that mean your life is defined by the orders of someone else?
Nobody forces me to follow their orders.
Yet you still do. The mark of a good commander is how they talk you into following their orders without making you feel forced. I may seem wise to you, but wisdom comes with age and identity. I know you because I am you, or rather, I was you in a past life. I do not enjoy life as a human, but you can save me by leading a good life and not causing pain. Only then will we be reborn as a cat.
A giant cat.
Unlikely, but stranger things have happened.
I do not want to cause pain.
But you do. In pursuing your ambitions, you hurt those in your path. You must ask yourself if it's all worth it.
I have to do what I must.
And when that's done, you will lie around all day and enjoy life. You can do that now. Cats do it every day.
What do you propose?
The only way you can stop hurting people is to leave the land of the living. You may stay here if you want, and trade places with me. That way I will be reborn as a cat, and you will be a good man. I know, this is all very confusing for you, but let me make it simpler. I shall present you with 2 doors. One of them leads to the Elysium of Reeds, the other back to the Court of Heaven. Think about it. Figure out which one feels right, and go where your heart leads you.
You're back. Quickly, tell me what you saw before the visions fade.
Let me tell you about this giant cat.
Giant cat? Ah, that's bizarre. Thank you, my dear friend. With your help, people all around the world will have a better afterlife experience. Please, accept this amulet as a small token of my immense gratitude. I hope to see you again when my book is finished.
It smells like apples and peaches, and tastes like almond and dried locust wings. Simply put, it's a marvel of potion crafting. You will feel sad when the bottle is empty.
By the ancestors, it's just ordinary wine. Go sleep it off before you make a fool of yourself.
I have seen your future, and it will be dark unless you buy from me. Along came a warrior. But know this, not all foes fight fair. A blade may not fell you, but venom might. Do you need protection against that eventuality?
Wise words. How can you protect me against venom?
It takes a wise man to recognize wisdom. Thus only by recognizing wisdom, we are wise. I have a cure against venom. You should be prepared. Do you agree?
You are the strangest merchant I have met here.
That may be because I am not a merchant.
Really? Why do you sell things then?
I sell, but not for profit. What I sell is not easy to create. It costs me. Thus, it is only fair that it costs you too, should you choose to make use of it.
I do need such a substance, and I'm willing to pay for it.
That is a wise choice. Your life may not be measured with denarii.
Greetings, Romans. Or how do you say it? Selwete. I am Galusa the Great. How may I help you?
What makes you so great?
Isn't it obvious? Not only am I incredibly handsome, but I also sell the best wares in the land.
What do you do? Are you a vendor?
I would like to think of myself as a purveyor of uncommon delicacies.
But other people think of you differently.
My pursuit for said uncommon delicacies is relentless. It makes my less capable colleagues envious.
You sound different. Where are you from, Galusa?
Here and there. In this profession, you get to travel all around the world. Procuring items is a form of art. I can find you anything you are looking for. Given enough time or resources, of course.
So what do you sell?
Everything you can see in my stalls. The most peculiar spices, and obviously, the best sewi Nazamones has to offer. What do you need?
Let me look at your goods.
Welcome back. How may I help you this time?
How much for that Surwa with the unusual birthmark?
The moment I saw you, I knew what kind of connoisseur you are. Unfortunately, that Surwa is not for sale.
That birthmark? By Zeus and Pythagoras. My sister. Finally, I found you, sister.
Restrain your Surwas, Roman. I told you, that Surwa is not for sale.
What do you mean, not for sale?
Another customer wants to purchase her, and already made a portion of the payment.
The sky is gone from her eyes. What did they do to her? Magister, I don't know what I should do. What do I say?
What did you do to her eyes, Galusa?
She was a curious one, listening in on conversations she should not hear and watching events she should not see. I had to correct this problem. We burnt her eyes out. Now she's naturally less curious.
You blinded her.
This outrage is unnecessary. Am I telling you how you should run your legion? Then don't tell me how I should deal with my Sewa. That's my job and my expertise.
I do not know what kind of trick this is, but I have no brothers. Please let go. Your insistence will be bad for me.
Let us buy her off you, Galusa. Name your price.
Are you not listening? I have already received a payment from someone. She's not for sale.
What do you want to do, Discipule? Your actions will determine the kind of man you are.
Finding her was once the purpose of my life, Magister. I am not leaving without her. Do something, Legate, or I will.
Whatever they're paying you, I'll pay you twice the amount.
Tempting. What you're saying is you can pay me 8,000 denarii right now?
Never in the history of the world has anyone paid even half that much for a Surwa. He just doesn't want to sell her.
You're lying. You have not been offered 4,000 denarii. However, unlike your prospective buyer, I'm here right now, and I will offer you the princely sum of 2,000 denarii for her.
I see. You drive a hard bargain. Deal. Selling blind Sewi is always difficult. Take her.
Thank you, my friend. You can't even guess how much that means to me. I shall find a way to repay you.
Don't be ridiculous, Bestia. You don't have enough money to pay this debt.
I will find the money. Come on, sister. I will show you your new home.
Welcome back. How may I help you this time?
Carry on.
They say it was the Romans. They attacked her caravan and killed the Pharaoh's guards.
She will want vengeance on her brother. Mark my words. War is coming.
The Roman finally joins us in the flesh. Your reputation precedes you.
It is an honor to be here.
Esteemed elders, now that we are all here, our talks can begin in earnest. I have told you all of the upcoming war, of the possibility of Nazamenes being trapped between Roman legions and Egypt, and I have explained the potential advantages of an alliance with the Romans. Now is your time to ask your questions about our proposal. I'm sure many such questions burn your tongues.
Why is nobody talking? Have you lost your voices? Are you all afraid of the great Roman? Cowards! That's what you are. You are a disgrace to Nazamones.
It is only you who disgraces us in front of this foreigner, Warmaxan. Is it up to you to talk when your elders are silent? You confuse courage with insolence. Nobody is afraid of the Roman, but it is unwise to insult your elders.
Nobody is afraid of the Romans. I am. They've conquered Nazamones once. They rule Egypt and possibly myriad lands, the names of which I can't even begin to pronounce. One would be a fool not to fear the Romans.
Run to your Roman masters with your tail between your legs then, Medun. I shall stand and fight, and if need be, die defending my people.
Warmaxan, Medur, know yourselves. The ancestors are watching. Do not disrespect the court.
How many troops do you need, Roman?
5,000 able-bodied men at least.
5,000 slaves, in other words.
I need 5,000 Legionari who'll be paid for their service to Rome.
Typical of Romans. You think loyalty is just another thing you can buy.
He is afraid.
I fear nothing.
The Roman is afraid. Am I wrong, Roman? There is no way you can advance towards Egypt without our help. You can wait for your masters to send you reinforcements, but by then it will be already too late. And what if we refuse helping you? It is not conquest you are seeking. You are trying to survive. Are you not?
I am well aware of my own mortality, and because of that I am not afraid. Fear is no cure for death.
I'll grant you that your words are wise. In your acceptance of death, you conquer your fear thereof. Unfortunately, I cannot strike a deal with a man who may be dead tomorrow.
Death comes to all of us eventually. It does not care for our plans. That is no reason to refrain from forging alliances.
And if you die, who will take your place? Who will uphold your end of our arrangement?
Queen Cleopatra will assume responsibility.
A powerful ally indeed, and one with vested interests in our territory. You have my support.
You weak-minded fool! You excrement of a drunken horse! The presence of this foreigner alone is an insult to the ancestors. I should slit your throat where you stand.
Control yourself!
He may have a temper, but he is right. You know that too. The court of heaven is for us only. I can already feel the disapproval of the ancestors.
Can you now? Very well. Let us consult the ancestors then.
Have you lost your mind, Izil? Are we not disgraced enough? Will you allow this foreigner to desecrate the resting place of our ancestors with his presence?
That is highly unusual. I don't think the ancestors would approve.
That's something the ancestors can tell us themselves, is it not?
Fine. But let it be known that I'm not happy.
As usual.
It is settled then. We consult the ancestors.
Greetings, Legate.
Do you really think Cleopatra is a goddess in human form?
Do you really think I am a golden wolf?
I do believe you are a wolf in human form.
There is some truth to that.
Are you the queen of Nazamenes?
I am not. It is an amusing thought, though. Nazamenes does not have kings or queens. We do not like being ruled by other people. Some amongst us think it's necessary to have a king. But I believe the very concept of a monarch is against our nature. We must rule ourselves.
Why do they call you the Golden Wolf?
When I was young, my hair was the color of wheat, and I am said to be as cunning as a wolf.
This is an interesting place. Are all the tribes here?
Most of them. This year's gathering had a specific goal. We wanted to elect a king for the entirety of Nozamenes. Naturally, not all of the tribes agree.
Salve legate. Is that right? Legate. You have such a strange language. I do like it, though. I apologize for the behavior of my fellow elders. We are not used to having a foreigner in the court.
There is no need to apologize, I understand. In fact, given the circumstances, I expected more adversity.
I like your sense of humor.
I guess somebody has to explain to me what just happened here then.
In the absence of a meaningful decision, we have decided to consult the ancestors, as we always do. You shall travel to the burial site and sleep inside the tomb of an ancestor who, in return, shall appear to you in dreams and reveal your destiny. We will all do the same. I believe our ancestors will tell us if we should support you.
I am honored to partake in such a ceremony.
Pray to your gods, Roman. If the ancestors are against you, I shall cut you down right there and then.
And then one morning you will just fail to wake up.